Hi good people from all over the world, this is Nick and welcome back to Valheim. In today's video, it's the fourth mini teaser of Hervor, the voyage of Hervor Bloodtooth in the Deep North biome. So here we go. Now one thing I noticed kind of maybe I'm reading too much into this, but on the M part of here of Valheim, it seems like it's a bit icy, like there's ice on it. Maybe it's always been that way and I'm just, or maybe it's just the metal reflecting more, but it looks like it's slowly freezing over maybe as time goes on. Maybe I'm just analyzing too much into it. But
so far.
the other thing too is the other pattern I've noticed is that with each video she goes further inland, and I imagine as she goes further inland it's going to become more and more dangerous. Also, I got to get rid of this so we can see. So off this first one, we have more of these new trees I observed in the first teaser that are curved like this. And the leaves look different. I'm no arborist. I don't know the differences between a lot of trees, but...
I've been left alone.
Okay, wait a minute here. It seems to be there's more to analyze on this one than the others so far. So far I've been left alone. Okay. This looks like it's Jotun's bane, judging by the double-sided axe part of this. Maybe I do know in the ice caves against the werewolves and stuff, I can't remember their name right now, poison works well, so maybe that's why she's using a Jotun's bane axe rather than the berserker axes from the ashlands. Trying to see if there's anything in the background I can spot. Okay. So I like this a lot. I love trees and forests. I love the Black Forest. It's probably one of my favorite biomes visually in Valheim. And something about trees and just forests is usually pretty relaxing depending on what's in the forest. But nothing I can see in the background yet.
Despite that, I can't shake the feeling that something is watching me.
There was something that popped up in the background just a little bit.
Is watching me.
Yeah, it was right there. It's just there for a split second. I don't know if I can slow it down. Don't see anything else. Some of these trees are really big. Okay, let's see if there's anything. This is the most dense woods yet. It's interesting. And it looks like there's like brambles or something that she's, or some type of bramble grass or something, I don't know. Yeah, some type of bushes. I think that's just purely aesthetic. I don't think it's actually a resource to be gathered, but there's a log here. See anything?
It would seem I'm not the first person to set foot here.
Yeah, in the last teaser, she found a frozen gray dwarf, which looked a bit big for a gray dwarf. I thought it might have been a gray dwarf shaman or a gray dwarf brute, especially. But that's an interesting game mechanic that will be good to see.
After all, I wonder if
anybody's still here. Okay. So we got a new type of metal here. It looks like it could just be iron. It could be like the dverger ones where it's just iron and copper and stuff. Looks like a different type of wood.
is still here.
So there's these. It reminds me of Outdoor Boys when he would come across. He's like this camping guy. I don't know if you guys know him or not, but I've seen him on TikTok and stuff. But he'll find he'll be in the icy wilderness, and then he'll find like a refuge camp that's just meant for anybody who just. And that's what this reminds me of, is like this shack that is in the middle of nowhere just for random people to survive. But maybe it hides something more ominous, I don't know. Now, the other thing, too, is this could be a barn, but this is a pretty big entrance for a normal person. and there might be frost giants. Giants have been teased before. Originally, there's going to be some giants in the Mistlands, but they changed it, and then that became the Jotun skulls and stuff like that. That was originally teased. So, and I think not the best in Norse mythology and stuff, but I think there's frost giants. I still have a lot of reading and research to do, but overall, so far, the pattern, the deeper you go, it's going to be more dense forest and stuff. Not much of anything I can spot. I'm not the most observant anyways. But now we get a closer look at this armor here. It seems to be made out of bones right here. This is interesting. So it's got some bones like a necklace. That looks pretty badass. And so this looks, I've never seen any armor like this for sure. So this is really interesting. It looks like it might be part of the cape maybe, because it starts here in the back and goes this way. So I'm guessing this is the seal cape that you might have to wear to protect yourself against the increased cold, especially at nighttime, or the further inland you go. It might be, or a combination of those. Also, the mysterious creature that's in the background, maybe that's like the Deathsquito type of thing, where it does like an ambush attack, like when you're not expecting it and you don't see it, because it was just for a millisecond. It also reminds me of those wilderness videos where you'll see the Wendigo, or the Skinwalker type of things, where they'll just poke out from the tree just a little bit, just for like a millisecond. You just barely see it. And it's really creepy. I imagine like maybe the Deep North will be the antithesis of the ashlands, because north and south opposites. And in ashlands, you're almost constantly bombarded by enemies all the time. Whereas this one might be, it's so quiet and serene and nice, but an ambush attack can happen out of nowhere. You could get RKO'd out of nowhere, and just be attacked like with the Deathsquito. Now, the Deathsquito had kind of a warning with the sound you could kind of hear. This might not even have that. This might just launch out of nowhere and get you. Which is, so it lulls you to a false sense of security. It's so peaceful and serene and nice, and then bam, out of nowhere gets you. But also for the, a lot of people are speculating what the release date is for the beta. And a lot of people are thinking February, because it's the anniversary month of when Valheim was released. And but I think what's going to happen is, because of, based on my estimate, based on release times in the past, it's going to be in December. The beta is going to be in December, and that gives a good chunk of December to work out the bugs, and all of January to work out the bugs, and then the full release on February. That is my estimate on when the beta release will be, and then the full release of the Deep North. It fits with the theming as well, it being a winter biome, December of course, being winter time. It's just too perfect to be otherwise. Also, they're giving little teasers along the way, and for them to have the beta released in February, it could happen, but I don't think so. I think the teasers are out way too early for that. I think it's either a November or a December beta release, and then that gives them time to work out the bugs for a full release in February.
Despite that,
there did seem to be like a squeaky sound, like almost, it reminds me of the neck lizards almost.
Despite that, I can't shake no.
Yeah, did you hear that? It was like, kind of like that.
Despite that, I can't shake the feeling that something is watching me.
Now, I noticed the other thing is she's carrying the torch with her. Now, part of that could be just for lighting and for dramatic effect, but it could also be a survival mechanic. I do know in like Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, if you had a torch in the cold with you, it could help keep you warm and you could survive. That might be what it is. That might be part of the game mechanic. In that case, the Dyrnwyn fire sword might come in handy then. Either way, I'm planning on getting it because even if it doesn't come in handy, it'll still be cool to have. But yeah, I don't want to ramble too much, any more than I already have. I'm excited. Thank you, Valheim devs, for giving us all these really good teasers of this one. I think this is my favorite one yet. And I noticed that she has that cape or that thing as she goes further inland. So maybe my theory about the seals is correct, that you're going to have to either kill the seals or kill some bears in order to get the increased warmth to protect against the cold, especially at night or the further inland you go. And so it's cool as she goes further inland, you see more and more stuff. And I'm really excited. I can't wait to play it. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a good day. Bye, everybody.